And
Alright, we're back. This is next time, maybe.
And I died.
Well,
That's how I start this episode. I died.
yeah, I died too. We're in the same boat.
But, yeah, I remember, I mean, you reminded me of this one moment in my life that I will never forget. I was the first person in my, like, school, in my group, who got Final Fantasy VII. Because Electronics Boutique was selling it early. And my parents went
I actually owned Final Fantasy VII before I had a PlayStation.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
And,
But yeah, I had it before anybody else in school, and my gamer friends in school, like, were, amazed. How I was, by the way, the last person in that group to finish it. Because I just didn't have the ability to go home and just play for, like, 10 hours at a time.
Yeah. My parents really didn't want to buy another system for me.
Right. So you just had the games?
Yeah, so I had well, that was the only game I had. Like, they were like, we'll get it for you for Christmas or something. They finally broke down, but it had come out, like,
the game
in
or
September.
The
system.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, there was, like, some special pre-order stuff or whatever, for pre-ordering it, and so I was like, oh man, I really want the pre-order stuff.
What pre-order stuff was there for the PlayStation back then?
They had a shirt.
Okay. Well,
And
back then it was always like shirts or
merchandise,
stuff.
yeah. Or like a demo or something.
Demo discs, yeah, which they give away now.
Yeah.
Do you remember when people?
Yeah, I remember that when that was a thing.
Do you remember the free game you got with the $50 demo of Zone of Enders?
Oh yeah.
For Metal Gear Solid 2?
Yeah. Man.
But yes.
I like Zone of the Enders.
Zone of the Enders was good. I mean, well, the second game was. First game wasn't so
See, I
much.
never played the second one.
The second one was fantastic.
Yeah,
that was fantastic game.
That was the fantastic?
The fantastic. But as I was saying about my story,
sorry,
I was playing Final Fantasy VII,
yeah,
and everybody else had finished it. And I was just like, don't tell me about it, don't tell me about it. And then these guys come up to me, and they're reading the strategy guide, and they just open the strategy guide for me, and I'm looking at this thing, I don't know what I'm looking at, and they're like, oh, what's that? I said, and they just looked at me and smiled, and said, oh, it's a Death of Ares. God damn it. Because back then, there wasn't the internet to spoil it the very first day it happened.
It had to be a person.
Yeah, it had to be someone who actually had to be a real asshole who actually was trying to ruin it.
A real life troll.
Yeah, a real life troll.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like a job. I'm your life troll. How can I help you?
Yeah, I know some people that would want to do that.
Yeah, but that jerk spoiled the game for me. Well, spoiled that part of the game, I should say.
Yeah.
I mean, really, when it comes down to it, that was the biggest part of the game. I mean, everything else was just kind of normal RPG stuff that happens. It's like, yeah, you fight God at the end, and whatever. By the way, if you didn't know that and I just spoiled it for you, get in on the times, please.
Yeah. Guess what? Spike dies.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my god. I got this. I haven't blinked for like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I think my eyes are crusted over now.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Whew. I can breathe now.
See, I don't care about that. I just end up dying a lot.
I'll just kill these people.
Yeah. They're screaming weird. Fuck them. Are they maids?
Oh.
Maidos. Are they maidos? I think they're maidos.
They're squeaking, or maybe they're like marionettes or something.
Maidos. Here, get some more power-ups.
Come on.
The big tanks inside the house.
If I had this much money, I'd probably have tanks inside my house too.
Uh-oh.
I guess we're attacking Yaksa.
They specialize in robots.
Surprised I don't specialize in, cement boots and stuff, but maybe they've expanded.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, that was my experiences in school with Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. Well, that was
first person to own it, last person to beat it.
It wasn't the Virgin Islands, wasn't it?
It was the Virgin Islands, yeah. So, That was we were super disconnected there. Like, I remember the most disappointing thing that I remember in my childhood. 9909. You know what happened then?
9909?
9999.
Yeah, that's when Dreamcast came out.
Yeah, I know you know. Yeah, that was the day I had it pre-ordered.
Yeah.
Went to the only place on the island that was selling it. Had my pre-order in.
Yeah.
And it was stuck in customs. And it was stuck in customs for weeks.
Hilarious.
I actually shut down. I believe, canceled my order with them and ordered it like from this newfangled place, Amazon.
Oh yeah.
Because they could get it to me quicker than those guys could.
Wow.
I was like, you know that feeling when you're leading up to it. Every single day for a month is leading up to this moment.
Yeah.
And then you can't get your Dreamcast.
I got mine when it came out.
The day it came out?
Yeah.
Well, you lived in America, civilized.
Yeah. I think I actually ended up getting mine at Sears for some reason.
I mean, Sears used to be the place to buy video games, but that was also more the Nintendo.
Yeah.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe some Nintendo people,
I think
some Nintendo nerds can tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I think Sears might have been the first place to sell the original Nintendo.
Really?
Yeah.
Like in the catalog?
At the store.
Oh yeah.
86, 87, which might be why they had like the best selection of games back then.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Maybe my mom had a Sears card and she got some credit on it or something for, you know, buying it or whatever. You got some money back. But I remember that was probably the best launch of any system ever.
Well, in terms of the stuff they had, because they had like...
And the value
they had,
too. Like,
I remember they had... What's that game? Soul Calibur 2?
Soul Calibur 2, Power Stone, Sonic Adventure.
Remember, Soul Calibur 2 was setting the standard for a arcade port.
Yep.
Because remember, arcade ports back then were usually inferior.
Yeah.
And it was like that and like Tekken 3 were like the games that set the standard for like, you can make the port as good as the arcade. In fact, better.
Yeah.
Because Tekken 3, I believe, had set the standard for like unlockables in the game. Because back then, you didn't have a lot of unlockables in games. It was maybe like another mode at the end of the game or something. But this was like tons of stuff. Even though, like, and the Tekken games always had like a very fancy ending with every character.
Yep.
Aww, I didn't even see the bullets there.
I remember it was like, because the system was 200 when it came out, and shit,
man,
system was 200 when it came out. Games were $30 to $40.
Mm-hmm.
Extra controller was $30.
Man, you remember, and then you had to get the little.
And the VMU was $20. And the VMUs actually came out a few weeks before the system did.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you could play little games on it.
Exactly, and they had a demo unit at Toys R Us.
Good lord.
Oh, I wasn't expecting those.
Yeah.
They had demo units at Toys R Us where it had Sonic Adventure set up. And so what I did was I bought a VMU and I just went and put one of the little Cheos on it from the display unit. So I was actually playing the mini game before the system even came out.
Oh wow! So you had the little Chow?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember those Chows. I remember back then it was really neat because that was the first game that I connected to the internet.
Oh yeah.
And then you...
And then all the porn.
Well, I don't remember that, but I do remember...
Well then...
But I do remember...
That's what I used my Dreamcast for.
Well, I used mine to download cool little updates and areas for Sonic Adventure and stuff. Oh my god, Sonic Adventure and stuff. Like they had like a Halloween area where the Chows...
Porn.
I had a computer for that.
Oh. Yeah.
It was too inefficient on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, it really was.
The browser itself was terrible.
Oh yeah, it was. You had to use the CD and everything.
Yeah, you had to load a CD into it.
Oh, these are waves of hands. Just noticed that.
Well, she's a psychic. She reads palms and throws them back at you.
Psychic Queen. Give me all these.
Goodness gracious.
I assume she's the last one.
I don't think so. I think we probably have another boss after this.
She's transformed like 4 times.
Oh, well, maybe. Come on out. There we go.
Did it.
Is
No,
that it?
She's bleeding over there. Unless we fight
Is that it?
blood.
Well, that would be kind of fun. Oh, it is! It was the last boss, and we get the group ending.
Ah, there we go.
Now I can blink again.
Yep. That was,
Complicated.
interesting.
Interesting. What did you like more so far? Tonpachi, Dodonpachi, or this?
I appreciated what this was trying to do, but I think I like the beams and stuff on this one more.
Really?
I think I like the Dodonpachi more.
I'd agree. I like Dodonpachi more. This wasn't necessarily a
But
step
this was
back,
interesting.
but
This was interesting.
yeah, I wouldn't say it was a step back.
Nah,
It was just
trying something different.
Yeah.
I think it worked well.
I'm wondering if I recognize any of the voice actors, and I didn't see them for long enough. I didn't notice anybody there.
Presented by K.
Cave.
And that is
It's like the third shooter
Espurade.
or something Cave made. Something like that.
Yes, I think you're right.
Third
Because the other game they made was that
Snowboarding
game.
Slide Masters or Super Slide Slickers.
Slicks.
Super Slickers Sliders.
Yeah, the game was called Steep Slope Sliders. I don't know if that even came out in America. It was released by Sega.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
Yeah, that was back when there was a lot of like snowboarding games. In fact, Final Fantasy VII had a snowboarding game
Sure
in it that was actually better than
most games.
snowboarding games.
Yeah,
that came
exactly.
out. But that is
Espurade.
Espurade. And so we will hit you up next time, guys. That is Two Bad Dudes Gaming.
Alright, see ya!